I think it's safe to rest here now. Alright, something is definitely up with Xion.
Yeah, something big by the looks of it. I've never seen her so serious.
So, do you think we should say something to Alphen then?
I was wondering the same thing myself, but then it occurred to me. Whatever this thing on her mind is, it's probably the last thing in the world she wants people to know about. If she's trying this hard to keep it secret, then it's not really our place to go telling people before she's ready.
Yeah.
I can't tell them. There's just no way I could, right? What am I supposed to do?
Ah, Calaglia.
Everyone around here looks so much happier than they used to.
I'll say, it feels like an entirely different place. I suppose it's had time to adjust to its newfound freedom.
Zephyr would have been so happy to see this.
Yeah, he really would have. Especially if he knew Law was... Law? Something bothering you, Law?
Nah, I'll be fine. It's just, you know.
It still weighs on you, doesn't it? Running away back then.
I abandoned my home. Then when I finally come back, it's been liberated. What's important is that it's free. I get that, I do. I just... I should have been here.
Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
This came out so good. I almost hate having to eat it.
Just one thing after another, and it all falls on my head too.
Hey, Nath.
What? Can't you see I'm... Alphen?
Looks like you have your hands full.
As much as ever. As if I wasn't busy enough putting down the last remnants of Renan rule, I'm up to my ears in Danan disputes. And then, to top it all off, that thing had to come crashing down from out of the sky.
Pretty sure we've heard this somewhere before.
But enough about my problems. What can I help you with?
Yeah, we're looking for an old Renan starship. You wouldn't happen to know any around these parts, would you?
A starship? What do you need one of those for?
To get to Lenegis.
Lenegis? Are you out of your damn mind?
Believe it or not, it wouldn't be the craziest thing we've done recently.
Oh, I believe it. Well, either way, I'm afraid I haven't heard anything about a starship.
Then do you have any historical records by chance?
Sure, we've got stacks of old records.
Mind if we take a look at them?
Yeah, okay.
Thanks, Nath.
I read through all of the records, but I only found a single line that might point to what we're looking for. It mentions a rock that shot across the sky and landed past the mountains. The event was recorded just before the first Renan invasion.
And you think that might be the starship?
I don't know. There was nothing else in the records that came even close. It looked like it was someplace called Berg, but maybe I'm reading it wrong.
Berg?
That ring any bells for you?
Yeah, that's one of the biggest volcanoes in Calaglia. I was just there recently, investigating a report of a meteor someone saw.
Another meteor in the same area? Really?
I wonder if it could have been one of those lights that shot out of the wedge.
All the more reason to check it out. Can you tell us how to get there?
The old Zion mine is up that way. One of the veins we abandoned connects to the volcano. Go ahead and use that. But you should be careful.
Huh?
I don't know if it has anything to do with the meteor, but there's a giant Zoogle running riot in there. Never seen anything like it.
A Zoogle, huh?
Well, I turned back as soon as I caught sight of the thing, so I can't tell you much more. Just be real careful if you head out that way. All right.
I guess...
Right.
I didn't like the sound of that monster Nath was talking about one bit.
Well, we have to press on.
Everything okay with Hootle, Rinwell? He seems kinda out of spirits.
It must be the heat getting to him. We don't get these kind of temperatures back in Cislodia.
Galaglians born and raised here struggle with it too, so it's no surprise.
Aha! So that's why his plumage is so white. He was born in a winter wonderland.
Actually, Dan and owls absorb the astral energy of whatever land they're raised in. Where they're born doesn't affect their appearance at all. But that's not why he's white. The real reason is that he's still just a baby. Whew!
You mean their plumage changes color depending on where they grow up? Weird.
And with all this traveling we've been doing, it wouldn't surprise me if his wings ended up looking like a colorful painting.
I think he suits his snowy complexion. It'll feel strange to see him change.
How awesome would it be if his head and wings were different colors, and his stomach and sides, like a map of our travels? Ow, lay off, will ya? So much for the heat making him docile.
You've only yourself to blame for that one. Hootle takes pride in his appearance, you know.
Fascinating. An appreciation of aesthetic beauty in an owlet so young.
Dohalim, I think you've drawn his attention.
We've reached our destination.
I've got to keep my equipment in tip-top shape.
I must admit, I'm rather proud of this dish.
Wow, that's some weird-looking meat you're cooking up there. What is it exactly?
That would be grilled rapig.
What?
Whoa there! What's the big brouhaha?
It's Rapig! How could you cook something with such cute little eyes? What did it ever do to you?
I fail to see what the problem is. Rapigs are perfectly edible creatures. Having said that, I do realize it's become rather rare to eat them lately. What with people increasingly embracing them as pets and companions.
They definitely didn't fall out of fashion to eat because of their flavor, that's for sure.
Agreed. Rapigs have tender, fatty meat. The taste can take some getting used to, but I would argue that's part of its charm.
If the taste is too strong, I imagine you can either just cook it thoroughly or simmer it with some herbs to mask it.
Indeed. At first I wasn't sure whether to smoke it with spices or simmer it in water, but I opted to grill it as is instead.
Seriously, Dohalim? You have the weirdest tastes.
That's probably because when you live the life of a lord, you grow tired of most ordinary cuisine.
So you end up seeking out more unusual food. I don't know if that's good or bad.
Well, putting aside what it used to be, you've got to admit it does look pretty damn good. Meat is meat, after all.
That reminds me. I do believe I once read in a book about rare delicacies, how one can go about preparing an owl.
Huh?
I suppose I won't have the chance to try it anytime soon.
Not with Hootle, you won't!
Shion, could we talk a moment?
Hey, do you have time to talk? there's something I need to ask you.
Of course. What's up?
It's about the doll I used to have as a little girl. I gave it some more thought, and I still don't remember actually receiving it from anyone.
You were so little. I don't think it's that surprising you've forgotten, is it?
Yeah, but here's the thing. That doll was so old, I'm starting to think I just always had it with me from the start. I know that it's extremely unlikely, but after last time we talked, it got me thinking. Maybe you brought the doll that child made with you to Lenegis.
I couldn't be.
Are you saying you didn't? Look, logically speaking, I know it's a lot more likely that you didn't bring it with you than you did. But you can't say for sure you didn't, right? Crazier things have happened. I always thought I'd be alone, only to end up meeting you, and Law, and Rinwell, and Kisara, and Dohalim. Sometimes things happen in life that we never thought possible.
You make a good point. I left everyone and everything I knew behind 300 years ago. But now, I'm not so alone anymore.
Exactly. You crossed all those centuries to find all of us, so...
Why can't a little doll have made the same jump too?
Right? Look, it's up to you to decide if there's any meaning behind all of this. But I choose to think there is.
Yeah, I think so too. There's something beautiful about the whole thing that simply can't be denied.
I'm looking forward to breakfast. Morning. Ready to head out?
It's quite hot here. The climate feels different from Menancia's.
It's gotten much cooler since leaving.
Coming through! Now, while it's reeling!
Get down! Barely a blip on our radar.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
So we're back in the Zion Mine tunnels. Who would have thought we'd be going through this place again? This is where you and I first fought together.
And also the first time we touched, as I recall.
Wait, really?
Yes, really.
So this path is supposed to take us out to Berg Volcano?
We're not gonna see any lava burst out in front of us or anything, are we?
Don't get so paranoid you let a rock fall on your head, Law. So hot.
Well, yeah. We've reached the inner portion of Berg Volcano.
We need to find that starship. And fast.
Huh.
Out of our way!
Denied!
If it cools up, we need to get out of the way.
Negative
Burning
gate!
you all tucked away.
No armor can stop me!
Remind me to stay on your good side.
Glacial Spear. Now. Here's evil. Astral energy.
Say no more.
Got it!
Well done.
Take this! Piss off! I'm ready!
Astral energy.
Say no more.
This should come in handy when crafting weapons. You can make plants grow instantly? What if we use this for fruits and vegetables?
I'd rather not be our party's fertilizer. Thank you very much.
Here
Courteous,
goes.
aren't
Here
you?
I come!
A whirling struggle. One more.
Damn it!
Negative
Winds
gate!
of heaven.
On
First
your
force.
knees.
Glacial Spear. Pierce
Whoa.
evil. Seal. It's a duel of the arts.
Stalagmite! Strike!
Here goes.
Shockwave
Let the
strike!
mark
Pesky airborne scoundrels.
Sounds like a job for yours truly.
Shockwave strike!
Not in your dreams.
Negative gate!
Now.
Leave the Doubly!
In an instant!
Impact block!
We work well together.
Like a finely timed wall.
Shockwave strike! Armor won't save you!
Freeze Lantern. Now. I wonder if we can make new weapons with this. Get lost! Pain between heaven and earth.
Rending you apart!
A whale arch seal!
Bloody
Freeze
hell!
Lantern.
Shockwave
Confiscate.
strike!
Their hide is thick as armor.
Severing wind!
Come and face me.
Let the marksman handle
Got fire.
I've got one.
Charge
Let a
like that
marksman
could easily
handle
be fatal.
Just as
All yours.
a chain between heaven and earth.
Astral.
A whale. That's my cue. I never miss.
Shut him down.
Negative gate! You're not done!
Do it.
Those are impressive skills.
They took a lifetime to master.
You know, I should keep training.
Let's go. Hands in the wind. Air thrust. Arch seal. Here I go.
Orochi's fury! Far enough! I'm ready! River!
Astral energy.
Say no more.
Step back! This one's all law!
My face is starting to sting. And my throat feels super parched.
Here, have some water. Just make sure you don't drink too much.
Thanks. This will be a delicious piece of cake.
Blow away!
Between heaven and earth. Finish without a trace. You have to aim for the bright area on their back.
Aim for the weak
A whirling struggle.
Mirage!
Do it!
You'll finish!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
I must keep striving.
You can ease off yourself.
Pot calls the kettle black. Good advice.
Right, here goes!
Where are you going? Carve now!
Stalagmite!
By the power of the land!
Finish
Finish
it!
it! Don't mind if I do.
Shockwave strike! Here I come!
Explosion!
Severing wind! Flying free! Why can't they just sit still?
Glacial
Sia,
spear.
can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done.
Slide! Shockwave strike!
Here, leave the enemy's armor to me.
No place here! I'll burn it all! Flaming pillar! Fire!
Here I go.
My turn!
And again.
Shockwave
Here.
strike! Eat dirt!
Glacial
I'm not
spear.
done.
Here's evil.
You're mine!
If it's in the sky, it's mine.
My reach is
Now, let me help. One more time.
My turn!
Stay calm. I shall provide assistance.
Severing wind! Soaring like fear!
Do it. Winds of heaven. Glacial spear. Here's evil.
Air pressure! You're mine! Severing wind!
Do it.
Hey! Blow them away!
That was almost too easy. No enemy can stand against us.
If only every battle went so well.
Here goes! Against confiscated! Lightning here now!
Come one, come on!
Bloody
holiday! On your knees!
The flashing...
I'll burn it all! Flaming pillar! Fire! Reflect on that, King. They smite in a bind, yours to be let free. Eat dirt!
The enemy will ours too.
We'll soon see about that!
I'll smack you!
On your
No escape! Here I come! Stalagmite!
This one's mine!
How odd being interrupted.
A whirling cold water! Hear my call! Spread! Glacial spear! Now! Here's evil! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
With this, I can become even stronger! This... might be some decent equipment.
Anything that makes battles easier is okay by me.
No choice!
Alright if I do!
Now you see what I can do!
Oh, violent darting
Resonate
wind!
with the
Carve
earth!
now through all!
Stalagmite! Take this!
Sleep now!
Sharpwood strike!
Demon
That
lightning
was all
blows us
mine!
away! Illuminate the dark!
Resonate with the earth!
Holy Glimmer! Now!
Explosive ray!
Dohalim! This one's got your name on it!
Ash to ash. A merry destruction.
There's still more to go! A wailing dancing
I'll stop its charge!
Thanks, Kisara!
Sharpwood strike! Negative trigger!
Do it!
Raining flow! Look sharp! Lightning tiger blade!
Easy peasy. Ha hoodle.
Retreat if you know what's good for you.
Here I go! A chain between heaven and earth! A wailing wind! Do it, Blacking Pressure! Equal astral energy!
Say no more!
Wow! Look what I just found.
It's crazy to see rocks melt before our eyes.
Watch where you're going, everyone. If you fall, there will be nothing left of you.
Exactly.
I didn't know you had that sort of trick up your sleeve, Dohalim. I would have figured rocks and plants would be too different for you to handle both.
Not necessarily.
Eyes in the sky is mine!
Resonate with the earth! Here I come!
Here's the
Hard up! It's on! Sharpwood strike! Raining Eat dirt!
Go for the weak point!
in armor is all mine! Sharpwood strike!
This
One keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me!
Got it! I'll leave it to you!
Armor won't save you!
Now!
Amazing.
I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Here's a healing arc!
Now! You're not! I'm not done! Shattering the pieces! Rending you apart! Raining flash! Bloody hell! You're finished!
A wailing Dancy of lightning! Was that a new skill I saw back there?
Indeed. Well, sort of. Actually, it's a family staple harkening back 8 generations.
Maybe you can just write all this...
Out of our way!
You're mine! Shockwave flash! The flame inside me yearns to be let free! Shockwave flash! Mirage! Shockwave flash! Aim for the weak spot! Resonate with the earth! We turn the tables on them!
There are still more left!
Right! No time to hold back!
Negative gate! Shred! Denied! Glacial Spear! Here's evil!
Shockwave flash! Rending you apart! Bloody howling! On your mirage!
Primed and ready! Where are you going?
A thrilling performance.
Do it! More! I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Small, but a victory nonetheless.
We have a long way yet to go.
I shall ensure you survive this.
Burn in hell!
Hard now through all!
Shockwave flash!
A chain between heaven and earth.
Rising
A world in trouble.
coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Into everlasting
You're mine!
Between heaven and earth.
I you
A
are
wailing Dancy of
Take it!
lightning. Here I go.
Take this!
Orochi
Fury!
Your blade moves like silk.
I just let my instincts take over.
How fascinating.
As impressive as always.
Here I hoped I was improving.
No, I mean, you're even better than ever.
I've never seen Shion actually look flustered.
By the power of the wind! Finish the
Force
earth
flash!
race!
Shattering the pieces! Attack time!
Not on my watch! Explosion!
Burn!
You fight better at a distance. The further away, the better. You and I both.
More! I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Here, let me have it.
Shockwave flash! Negative
This
gate!
one's mine!
Severing wind!
I never miss!
You're mine! I can carve through armor! Shockwave flash! I'm ready! Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis! Hey! Poodle's quivering! I think we're about to be real lucky!
Guess I misread the landing.
Hi, Hoodle!
You're mine! Shockwave flash! Now we're not... I'll take you all off! Take this!
Glacial Spear! Here's
A
the
chain
evil!
between heaven and
Leave
earth.
the charges to
Free
me!
Blancher!
A wailing Dancy of lightning!
We did it!
As impressive as always.
Here I hoped I was improving.
No, I mean, you're even better than ever.
I've never seen Shion actually look flustered.
Far enough!
I'm ready!
In here! Burning! Astral energy! Full throttle!
A flawless victory.
My turn!
Naturally!
Negative gate! Force flash! Take this! Black blade!
Air, do it!
Double in an instant! Impact block!
Only the best materials in your garments.
You really do have quite the discerning eye, Dohalim.
Yeah, they'll...
This bridge will hold itself together, right?
Most definitely. Though I won't make any promises.
Which one is it?
Dispose of the trash.
On your knees.
Don't mind if I do.
I'm nothing! Shockwave flash! Air pressure! Wind!
I'm ready.
You apart! Slice!
Illuminate the
Soaring
moon!
light spear!
Unfold
You're on!
holy glimmer!
Burning!
Holy
Yeah!
run! Spread!
On your
Hear me! This one's mine! Divine savior! A
Mirror
rolling
escape!
struggle!
Air pressure!
Winds of
You apart!
First force!
Severing wing!
Bloody
Soaring flash!
Piercing
I'm ready! Spear!
Air thrust! Freeze!
A whirling struggle! You're finished!
Winds of heaven! First force!
Great!
Courteous, aren't you?
Lightning condense!
You're mine!
Thunderblade!
Shockwave flash! Try harder!
Far enough!
Not a chance! Rending you apart! Not today!
Here's evil! The flash
Void
parts
flash!
are weak points.
Soaring light spear!
Now!
Take this! In an instant! Impact block! We work well together.
Like a finely timed waltz.
Armor won't save
Negative gate!
You're
mine!
Now! Ringwell! Frozen!
hammer! Step back! This one's all law!
Callous. Calcified. Calaglia.
What kind of poem is that?
A sparse one.
What the hell is that thing?
Probably that monster Nath warned us about, if I had to guess.
Do you think this might have been where one of those lights that shot out of the wedge landed?
But why this location? If the purpose of the wedge is to harvest Dana's astral energy.
We can figure that out later. If that thing gets into town, it's going to cause chaos. We need to take it down and move on. Let's go! This one's tough, but we have no choice.
Let me know if you need healing.
Here it comes! Focus!
On your toes, everyone!
Anything in armor is all mine! Suddenly turning tail doesn't seem so ridiculous.
Why? Are you scared?
Me? Are you?
Do you even have to ask? Of course I'm scared!
Focus up before we become that thing's lunch.
It's summoning Dougal?
Take care of them while keeping an eye on it.
Holy land!
Not a chance!
Device requires complete focus!
You're on!
Flame the
Shockwave
confiscated!
Wind! On your
Glacial spear!
You're on!
They're surrounding us!
Flame inside me yearns to be let free!
Here's rock!
Strike!
Chain between heaven and earth!
Not
No
today!
dawn shall break this
A
night.
wailing
Take this!
dance here
Rocky
right
Fury!
Everlasting dust.
Severing wind! Here! You're mine! Strike!
I'll smash you!
Raining stuff!
Demon blast.
Shockwave strike! Severing wind! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Here's a hero!
I'll stop its charge!
Thanks, Kisara!
Our surgeon.
Come now, hero! Flame of Fury!
Denied!
Take this! I'll be safe! Hear my call!
Knock it into next week!
All burning!
No dawn shall break this night.
Rocky Fury! Burn in hell!
Thanks for the healing. Watch yourself, okay? Yeah, you too. Hold on. Here I come. I will.
I'm not done!
I never miss.
Shockwave strike!
Ready and rare!
Here's the evil. Gotta hold it
Take
down.
this!
Do or die.
Strike! Remote!
Astral energy.
Say no more! Got it!
Well done.
Not a chance! Double me! In an instant! Impact block!
I'll heal you all.
Heal!
Healing circle. What would I do without I-ougi, Shion? Healing is what my arts do
You'll
best.
just have to keep fighting.
All mine can do is cause squeeze the enemy's arts
Not
to me.
today!
No complaints here!
You're mine! Okay, here I go!
No further.
Raging cascade.
Rending you apart.
Shockwave strike!
Denied! Who's next?
No escape!
Resonate with the
Try
earth.
harder!
Healing circle.
On your
A chain between heaven and
Shockwave
earth.
strike!
A wailing
Anything in
dance.
armor is all mine.
I'll heal you all.
No escape! Win!
This isn't ideal.
Looks like you came to my rescue again.
You need to be careful.
Oh my.
The blazing sword and with my
A
thorns.
whirling storm. Winds of heaven.
One's all mine! Eat dirt!
Cyclone.
Take this!
It's time to finish this! Die! Consuming wildfire!
I'll
You're
illuminate the
mine.
dark. Come
Shockwave
forth.
strike.
Here goes. This one's mine.
I can carve through one!
Holy Lance.
I can handle it!
The earth throbs in pain.
Reinforcements incoming! Not a problem!
Not in your dreams. Dark steel.
Shockwave strike!
Win. Hear me now.
Resonate with the earth.
Twist chain between heaven and earth. This one's mine. A wailing fancy of lightning.
Here I come!
Feel.
Shockwave strike!
Not in your dreams. Here goes.
Void
Chain
strike!
between heaven and earth. Spread.
I couldn't make it in time.
Win!
Divine savior. I
Win!
can do all day.
On your
Soaring light spear!
Lightning condemned. Not on my watch. Here goes.
benediction light.
Heal! I owe you one! Win!
From beyond, imbue
like
this
it.
vanquished soul with
Blah, blah,
life.
blah, blah.
Resuscitation. Another incantation ruined.
I'll be saving this one.
Glacial
Don't mind
spear.
if I do.
Here's
Evil.
evil.
Purge malevolence. Archaic water pump. In here.
Bloody howling.
Let's get you all tucked away. Circle.
Power negative gate.
There. And it's
This should do it!
One more time!
Malicious Fury!
Ready!
I'll smash you!
Far enough! Healing sacrifice! What would I do without shield? Not on my watch! A chain between heaven and earth.
Demon Lash!
Healing from
I owe you one.
of lightning!
Forgive me. This is my fault.
Burn! Okay, here I come! I'm not done! Shockwave Fluffy!
You all
No
tucked away.
further!
Blah, blah, blah.
And you?
Melody.
What was I
Gathering
thinking?
up! Pieces!
Sorry.
Severing this! Malicious Fury!
Name! See what I can do!
No dawn
You're
shall
mine!
break this night.
Between heaven and earth.
Now! Here I
A
come!
wailing banshee
Demon
of
Shockwave
lightning.
Slash! Sonic Spear! Raining Slash! Blow
In
away!
here.
dawn shall
Shockwave Slash! No escape!
Pierce the evil. Carve now through cross
Flame inside me! Yours!
I can do this all day.
Shockwave Slash! Now! Sonic Freely!
Take it down. Not in your dreams.
I owe you
Do
one.
it.
Still!
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished!
Glacier spear. Pierce the
No
evil.
escape!
Hit.
Win!
Banana.
Void Slash! Soaring Light Spear! You're mine!
Do it. Kisara. Frozen.
Hammer!
Anything in armor
It's about
is
to
all
strike.
mine.
Look sharp!
What was I thinking?
I'll bring.
Everyone all right?
We won't surrender. We won't retreat. Not yet.
Whatever you do, just please stay safe.
How are we supposed to take on... something... so big?
I'll handle it. Just watch and learn. That's enough! Go back down!
Everyone okay?
Yeah, I think so.
That thing scared the pants off me.
It felt like it had a different aura than other Zeugles, didn't it?
Yeah. It wasn't like the one that Almadria sicked on us either.
Its elemental astral energy variance was out of this world. It was like fighting a lord.
I guess it's safe to assume that if it came out of the wedge, it must have played some part in helping harvest astral energy. But what?
Perhaps a living spirit vessel? It's plausible, given the location. Or it may be part of a new force dispatched to regain control of Dana.
If we assume that monster was one of the 4 beams of light, we must have prevented something from taking place here.
I'd like to think so, knowing how much grief it gave us. But at least with that out of the way, we can keep moving forward now. Let's go.
can feel my precision improving.
Hey, is that it over there?
Alphen?
Did you remember something?
No, but I have seen this starship before. This is it. This is the ship I traveled in when I escaped from Lenegis.
Three centuries later, and it's no worse for wear. I'll take a look at the internals.
Damn! I'm amazed it still works at all after all this time.
The past meets the present. I really am from a different time and place.
Yeah, but you've got us now, Alphen.
Not only that, but you've helped out so many people, too.
Law's right. Rinwell too. You're one of us now. No more carrying the weight of history on your shoulders. You're a part of this world.
Right. Thanks, you guys.
How's it look?
It should fly. All internal systems seem to be operating. However, considering how long it's remained inactive, I suspect it will take some time before it's ready for takeoff.
How much time are we talking here?
Starship mechanics are not what I'd call my forte, so I'd rather not hazard a guess.
So we've just got to sit around here and wait? I'm terrible at waiting.
That's because you're a child. Oh, but how about we use this time to prepare and gather supplies for the trip?
Good idea. Who knows when we'll be back from Lenegis once we leave. We should prepare ourselves for every possible scenario before we go.
Let's try not to stay away too long. I'd hate for anything to happen to the place while we're gone.
Either we race ahead, or we take due precaution to ensure we have no regrets. I shall leave it up to you as to how we proceed, Alphen.
Works for me.
It's funny, isn't it?
What is?
All this. When we first started this thing, did you ever imagine we'd be going to Lenegis? After all, this is the sort of thing I was rebelling against when I ran away from home, right?
I'm sure Zephyr would be proud if he knew what his son was doing right now.
And a little shocked, too.
We're defying the order of things that have persisted for 300 years. Deep down, I knew our journey would lead to confronting Lenegis.
Yeah, you maybe, but you're a Renan. The rest of us can barely even picture what it means to leave Dana.
No offense to Xion and Dohalim, but it's worth remembering we're heading into enemy territory.
No offense taken, and this is no picnic for me either.
Remember, our aim is to ensure that both Lenegis and the Renan homeworld leave Dana alone for good. I don't think we'll be able to avoid a fight.
Is there no way we can talk them into leaving us alone?
The people of Lenegis?
Sure. I mean, we found a way to make it work with Xion and Dohalim, right? And it's not just us. If places like Menancia can do it, then why can't we?
Because there are still many of my kind who believe it was right and natural that Rena reigns over Dana. There are those on Lenegis who have never stepped foot on Dana. I doubt whether they'd even listen to Danans.
Look, none of us want to fight. But these are the same people who fired that wedge down on Dana. What happens next is on them.
Right. We're not going to sit back and wait for them to oppress us again.
Right.
Don't forget, there's also a good chance the Red Woman is somewhere on Lenegis. And wherever she is, we should find the Renaissance too.
That's right. If we can take it back, then Xion can finally get rid of her thorns. Xion?
Huh? Yeah.
Where? Xion? Where'd Xion go? How could she just go off on her own? Xion. Xion! It's your thorns? But why? You okay? Just now, it looked like you used your maiden powers to suppress your thorns. You can really do that?
Stay out of my way.
Wait a second. Are you planning to go alone?
Shut up!
Why would you do this?
I told you to shut up!
I won't let you.
I mean it.
I refuse to let you.
I won't tell you again. Move or I'll shoot.
If that's the case, then go ahead and shoot me!
Do you remember back when I was stabbed? By Rolron?
Yeah. I thought for sure that he had killed you back there.
That wasn't the first time.
Huh?
The first time was when I was only a child. After that, no matter how often, I just couldn't die.
Couldn't die? So you're immortal? How's that even...
I believe you, Xion. But tell me how is something like that possible?
My thorns. They're me, but at the same time not. They're part of me. I have no idea why, but my thorns will never let me die. At least not before I'm meant to.
You can't die before your death?
When my thorns free themselves, it will be my death. I've seen it. A darkness that swallows up everything until nothing remains. It's a vision of oblivion I can't escape. I want to believe it's all just a bad dream. But no matter what I tell myself, I know it's not.
Yeah, but you... Wait. The whole reason you needed the Renaissance was to get rid of your thorns, right?
If I burn away what's inside, then what will happen to the rest of me? Right. Either way you look at it, I'm going to die. But if I am going to die, I figure I can at least take my thorns out with me. That's what I've been after this whole time.
That's why you turned your back on your fellow Renans and chose to fight with us, isn't it? And while we've all been fighting to keep on living, you have been with us fighting desperately to die.
That was the plan. But then I met all of you. And before I knew it, I didn't want to die anymore.
Xion, don't lose hope yet. We'll find a way to save you. There's still time to.
It's pointless.
Why?
Because the darkness won't just consume me. The truth is, it will consume all of existence as well. It was only a suspicion at first, but ever since the Red Woman triggered my maiden powers, I've been more certain than ever before. It was then that I finally came to realize my powers were holding my thorns in check the entire time. But they don't anymore. Not since Lenegis, when the wedge fell. Every day, I feel the thorn's power growing stronger inside of me. Pretty soon, I won't be able to hold them back anymore. And when that happens...
They will consume all existence.
And that's why you wanted to leave by yourself. You planned to find the Renaissance on your own and sacrifice yourself to stop the thorns.
But that's... too much. It's way too much.
When this all began, I didn't care what happened to me or anyone else. And what happened to the Renans or the Danans didn't matter to me at all. I know I have to die, but I don't want to. Not now that I have this. I wish we had never met. Then I wouldn't have to feel this way.
Xion!
Alvin?
Living for the sake of dying is no better than being a slave. How can you endure this?
Alvin.
It's not fair. I don't care what anybody says. I won't let it happen. We can fight this. Fight until the end together. Isn't that what you said to me before?
Even if it should mean that it'll be the end of everything else, too?
Shion, what do you want? It's your decision, ultimately. But if you decide not to fight fate, I will. Even if I have to do it alone.
No, you won't be alone. I'll fight as well.
Count me in as well. I want to be a force for good, not hate.
And me too. I meant it with all of my heart when I told you before. Neither of you are alone in this at all.
You guys...
And I, for one, don't believe this venture is without hope.
Huh?
Shion is the descendant of a maiden from 300 years ago. Given the circumstances, it seems very likely that those events have some connection to her thorns. The true nature of which, I imagine we will discover as we make our way to Lenegus and uncover the truth of what's unfolding here.
I take it you mean we might find a way to get rid of her thorns and she'll live?
It's certainly possible. Though I suspect the nature of the Sovereign is connected somehow.
So be it. I've already lost everything I had once. And I won't let it happen again. Shion. No matter what happens from now on, we're right here with you. All of us are. You are not alone.
You guys... You're all so stubborn. Thank you, everyone. For right now, and a little while longer, I just want to hold on to this dream. And most of all, more than anything else, I want to be with all of you. So let's go. On to Lenegus.
How you holding up?
Who, me?
Yes, you. You took a hit from those thorns again, didn't you?
Oh, that? That was nothing.
Compared to what Shion's going through, you mean? Still, even if you yourself might be willing to endure that kind of pain, that doesn't mean Shion wants to have to see you get hurt by her thorns, you know?
Yeah, I know. I'll be careful.
Shion doesn't know how lucky she is to have you around, you know? Dashing in to save her at the last minute.
Yeah, very funny.
I'm being serious. You went up and held her close like you still had that mask on, and you didn't even bat an eye. She really needed that. That's what I mean when I said you saved her. Just like you did with the rest of us.
I just want for Shion what we all have. The ability to touch someone without the fear of killing them. Those thorns have robbed her of the kind of everyday things we all take for granted. And it's not right.
You can say that again. It may be normal for us, but that doesn't make it any less special or important for her. I hope she gets what she wants. I have my own dreams, but a world without her, where she dies so we can all survive, isn't a world I want to live in.
Agreed. It's like more and more keeps getting taken from her, and I'm done with it.
The end of the world. It's hard to believe, isn't it?
I believe Shion is telling the truth. What about you?
As a friend, yes, I want to believe her. Everything that's happened seems to point towards some sort of great danger that's lurking ahead of us. Still, it's hard to fathom something that could usher outright doom to the world. That those really are the stakes we face.
No, I understand. Even Shion doesn't seem to know exactly what will happen to bring it all about.
We have so many pieces of the puzzle in our hands, so many clues, yet the complete picture eludes us.
So where do her thorns fit in then?
Well, I imagine they must sit at the very center of it all. You remember the voice we all heard while we were inside the wedge, don't you?
Yeah, I remember. It was the will of Dana's astral energy come to life. Or that's what we all thought.
Right. And from that, we're able to hypothesize how vast concentrations of astral energy can become sentient. Let's return to when we found Shion in Pelagian. When her thorns went wild, they contained far more astral energy than any mere Renin would normally have inside them.
So you think those thorns might be alive too? That their will is what keeps her from dying? But why would they want to destroy the entire world?
As for that, I really cannot say for certain. Its goals still remain a mystery. It may be a mere fluke that her maiden powers have been able to contain it thus far.
You know, I've noticed since we've met that you like figuring out riddles.
Can you blame me? When one realizes that the world they once thought to be true is but a mere facade, they can't help but seek the truth. Especially when that deception has led to others getting hurt.
Dohalim?
I imagine the remaining pieces of the puzzle that we seek rest somewhere within Lenegis. As for what the final picture will look like, who can say? I think it's best we not dwell on it too much for the time being.
Right.
Did you know?
You mean about Shion?
Yeah, I didn't have the slightest idea. I mean, every once in a while I thought something seemed a little off, but I never could have imagined. It's like a completely different world was spinning around me and I couldn't even see it.
You and me both. I mean, I knew something was bothering her, but I could never quite figure out what it was.
You? But you're the one always looking out for her, aren't you?
That's what I thought. But in reality, I didn't understand it all. What I thought was helping and being there for her was actually just driving her into a corner.
At least you figured it out in time, though, right?
I don't think we're out of the woods yet. But yeah, you're right. We brought her back from the edge, and we're going to stop those thorns from taking her. No matter what.
Yeah, with all of us together, there's nothing we can't handle. Shion, the world, we can save everyone. And I mean it when I say we, Alphen.
I know. No lone wolfing it.
Hey, you're the expert on what my dad would say. Do you think he'd pat me on the back or tell me off?
Zephyr, I don't think that he'd have that much to say, to be honest. You're your own man now, Law. And you've already made up your own mind about what you want.
I guess he couldn't say anything even if he wanted to.
Law.
Sorry. I guess those of us amongst the living have enough problems to deal with, don't we? We'll need all our strength to save Shion. I'll probably end up worrying again at some point, but I guess I'll think it over more then. That okay?
Yeah, I think it is. Can't sleep?
After everything we just heard, how could I?
Fair enough.
Shion's had to deal with so much on her own. Even when we were all laughing and celebrating, she just kept quiet and didn't say anything. I thought she was keeping her distance because of her thorns. That it was because she didn't want to hurt anybody by getting too close. I just figured that that was the type of person she was, you know? But it turned out to be none of that. All this time, she felt like she had to die and sacrifice herself for the greater good. But even then, she didn't think she could say anything to us about it.
I know.
She was so alone this entire time. How could I call her a friend and yet be so completely blind to everything she was going through?
I'm sure it made her happy, knowing you were there for her.
You really think so?
Yeah, I do. If she didn't think of us as friends, I don't think she could have ever opened up to us like that. You were a good friend to her before, and you'll be an even better one now.
Yeah, I really hope so. I want to be the best I can for her. When you think about it, we were all alone in our own way. But over time, we've all found ways to let each other into our lives. I hope Shion's able to do that one day too. No, I mean, I hope she's able to do that more. Lots and lots more. I think it'd be really nice if we could all just be there to support each other when it really counts. And forget about our grudges and pain.
Rinwell. Hey, you doing all right?
I seem to cause nothing but worry. As much as I try to look like I have things under control, everyone still worries about me.
You're not the only one.
Hey, do you remember the first time you said I was your friend?
No? When was that? Sorry, I can't remember.
That's okay. It came so naturally to you, I'm not surprised you forgot. I was different back then. The Danans were not even people to me, and I knew I would always be alone. But in that room with Deadime, when you called me your friend, it just shattered the wall that I'd built up around me. Because until that moment, I'd only seen you as a means to an end. I thought of you as a way to use the blazing sword, and to obtain the Renis Alma. But after that day, one time became two, and before I knew it, you'd made a habit of calling me and Dohalim your friends. It didn't matter that we were Renans. You cared about us as you would any other people. Then, everyone else started to call me their friend too. To think of me as their friend. Before then, I never even dreamed I could have that. I didn't want to die and lose you all. But I also didn't want to live if it meant you would all die in my place.
Shion.
But then I realized I'd only really been thinking of myself that entire time. After saying how I felt, and hearing what you all had to say, I finally understood that. Don't worry, it's okay. I'm not planning on dying anymore. I've met too many people along the way who I truly care about to give in now. So I'll fight. For Dana and for myself. I'll fight against my fate to preserve our future. And I'll win, come hell or high water. I don't know how we're going to do it, but I won't let the world end because of me.
It's going to be a long, hard road ahead, Shion. Our fight won't be over until everyone, both Danans and Renans, can finally live in peace. But I swear I'll be there with you, until the very end.
Thank you.
Remember what we learned back in Calaglia? There's no wall so high that we can't break it down.
Yeah, I think you may be right about that.
Everyone well rested? Then let's go. We depart.
Huh? Why are you staring at me?
Oh, we thought we'd turn the tables and critique your appearance for a change.
It's not fair if we're the only ones subjected to it.
What?
What do you know? Another big fire monster with nothing better to do than get in our way!
I wonder where the rest of those lights ended up landing. It looked like they were pretty scattered.
Well, whatever they're after, let's just hope none of them are anywhere near a city. An ambush on civilians is the last thing we need.
Well, no rest for the wicked, right? Though with 1 down and 3 to go, it sounds like our headache is just beginning.
I thought you liked the opportunity to flex your muscles.
Against those things? It's not like I have a death wish. Besides, we've already got our hands full saving the world. Dying stupidly won't be much help to the cause.
Yeah, I guess I can't argue with that logic. Sorry.
I must admit, I'm rather proud of this dish.
Rinwell, mind if we chat a little?
You're still awake?
I've always been something of a night owl. Ever since back when I was someone's property. Turning in for the night only made the next day come quicker. I wasn't in any great rush.
Sorry.
What about yourself? Care to share something from before I knew you? You were part of a mage clan, right? Must have been handy being able to rely on magic for everything.
Hardly. In fact, not at all. Magic's not so special when you're not allowed to use it. Always scared of who might be watching?
Right. Sorry about that. I guess I've read too many fairy tales.
We were still made to study it every day. It doesn't make any sense if you think about it, studying the very thing you're being persecuted for. But that's what we did. Just like our parents and their parents before them. Honestly, I don't even know how far back it goes.
If memory serves, mages have been the stuff of legend for ages. Even as far back as 3 centuries ago, they were myths. Your people were persecuted even before the Renans got here.
Yeah, the more I think about it, the less it makes sense though. I mean, it was astral arts that let the Renans dominate Dana, right? Why didn't mages end up being the rulers of Dana then?
Maybe they tried, but they just didn't have the numbers. Or maybe domination just wasn't something they were interested in. Have you ever considered it might have been something like that?
I guess I haven't.
I wonder why magic alone attracted the attention it did. Swords can be just as lethal in the right hands. Why not ban them?
My best guess? Swordsmanship can be learned by anyone. Magic's more of an exclusive club.
So, you either have the gift or you don't. When something's not easily obtainable, it's hard to comprehend. People are scared of what they don't understand. And fear leads to persecution. So the problem's not magic. It could just as easily have been anything.
Yeah. Hootle, let me know if you sense anything. I want to go. Back to bed.
Well, it's the moment of truth.
This lady better hold together once we're up in the air.
Law, don't say that! You're going to jinx us!
Speaking of which, Alphen, this bucket of bolts got a name?
A name? You know, I'm not sure she ever had one. I never really thought about it.
Well, after all the trouble we went through to find her, we should give her one, right? I was thinking something like...
Fall Knights.
Huh?
It means owl in the ancient tongue. Literally, the one drawn to the skies.
I like it. Sounds perfect for our little escapade.
Not sure I'm completely convinced, but... well, it's as good a name as any. From now on, she'll be known as the Fall Knights.
Okay, people. We have two goals. First, we need to get to Lenegis and make the Renans finally leave Dana alone. And then, we need to figure out the truth behind Shion's thorns and find a way to save her. Sound good? All right, then let's go.
You know, I can still hardly believe it.
Believe what?
I mean, just look at it. The whole of existence, crammed inside a tiny frame.
Now that you mention it, I guess you're right. It does look more like a painting than a living, breathing world.
From up here, all the struggles we've been through feel so insignificant.
Nothing like realizing how small you are to put everything into perspective. Kinda makes the differences between the Renans and the Danans feel pretty small too, huh?
How much longer until we reach Lenegis?
There are better ways to use your time than napping. We should take a moment to familiarize ourselves with the facilities on board before arrival.
Good idea. The starship may end up serving as our base of operations once we're down there. Think you'll be all right with the controls?
You mean the one set to automatic pilot? I dare say I'll manage. I'm basically just here to supervise.
In that case, she's all yours.
Everything okay, Shion?
We'll be going to Lenegis soon.
This must feel like a homecoming of sorts to you, huh? What was life on Lenegis like back then? You know, before you came to Dana.
Let's just say, I don't have many happy memories. I've had thorns my whole life, for as long as I can remember. They called it treatment, but in truth, they were just using me as a guinea pig for their research.
You mean, they experimented on you?
That's right. All I was to them was a riddle to solve. They poked and prodded me, trying to figure out what triggered my thorns or changed the form they took. Day in and day out, every single day, one test after another. I'm still surprised they didn't try to dissect me. The look they gave me whenever one of them touched my skin. How could I forget it? Reeling from the pain, like I was a monster or something. Some existence, huh? A blight on any I touched, helplessly complicit in their pain. I thought things couldn't get any worse, but then they did. I started to have nightmares, visions of the coming apocalypse. Is it any wonder I lacked a cheery disposition? Unable to so much as touch another soul. Loneliness was my best friend. Sure, I survived, but with the knowledge that one day I'd be swallowed up by oblivion. And that's when it hit me. If I was going to die, then it should mean something. If I have to sacrifice myself to save the world, so be it.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you relive that.
No, it's fine. I'm in a much better place now.
You say it's your destiny to die so that others can live, but why not the other way around? Why shouldn't we be the ones dying to save you?
Are you crazy? Why would you sacrifice your life for...
That's exactly my point. Why should you have to give up your life just because you drew the short straw in the destiny stakes? How is that even right? It's that logic that's used to justify slavery, as if some of us were just meant to be sacrificed. This struggle was never about saving only ourselves. But that doesn't mean we have to give up our own lives to save everyone else's either. If we're doing this to protect people, if we're doing this to save the world from destruction, then that has to include saving each other as well.
A world free of sacrifice. That's what you've been fighting for all along, isn't it?
Not just me. We're in this together, remember? This fight is yours too, Xion. If we're going to win, everyone has to win. There can be no room for losers in this fight. Now I see it, the true nature of our struggle.
A victory without losers. But that means that a Danon victory over Rena can't be the end. Do you think we can pull it off?
You bet we can pull it off. We have to. It's the only hope we have of things ever changing.
Yeah, you're right. No one's ever changed the future without aiming for the stars. We can do this. Together.
Is something wrong?
No. I was merely thinking how it had been 7 years, that's all.
You mean since you became a lord and left Lenegis? I guess even someone like you can get homesick, huh?
I am as prone to sentimentality as any other. Tell me, though, you too have a history with Lenegis. A traumatic one, no less. This trip will probably mean facing up to some difficult emotions. Doesn't that frighten you?
Well, it is a place where I took the lives of countless people. I'd be lying if I said I hadn't thought about it. But I can't keep running forever. The past is what it is. There's no changing that. But the future's what we make it.
I see.
Dohalim?
Forgive me. I was wrong to pry. We have more pressing matters to address. Come back and speak to me when you finish looking around the ship.
Hey, Alphen, listen to this! So Law and I were just talking and...
Hey, shut up!
What's got Law all flustered?
Only that he's afraid of flying, the big baby. And after all that fuss he made about naming the ship, too.
Hey, I never said I was scared. I just think it's, a little unsettling how we're going to be cruising through space in a glorified tin can. That's all.
It's a starship, dummy. That's what it's supposed to do. I don't think there's anything strange about it.
Well, maybe you're the one with the problem then.
Guys. I'm no expert, but I think we can trust Renan technology. It got me to Dana in one piece, remember?
Oh, that's a good point. If you think so, Alphen, it must be okay. Don't you agree, Law?
Hard to argue with that, seeing how you hitched a ride in one of these things before, Alphen. It's just wrong, okay?
You okay? Feeling airsick?
Actually, now that you mention it, not at all. These starships are a remarkably smooth ride, all things considered. Nothing like being at sea, thank goodness.
Glad to hear it. That device there caught your eye, huh?
I was just wondering what it is. It looks big enough to fit a person inside of it.
It's a healing pod. It fixes injuries and illnesses.
Oh, you don't say. Well, that should definitely come in handy if any of us get injured while we're down there. Alphen? Was it something I said?
No, I was just thinking back to when I escaped Lenegis, that's all. What with the ceremony and losing control, I was a total mess. Naori laid me inside here.
So, you're saying you got in this thing straight after escaping? But that mean... you were inside for 300 years?
Yes, it sounds crazy, I know. But Don't even ask me why I stayed asleep all that time.
That's definitely quite some lie-in, all right. But still, whether you meant to or not, I sure am glad that it's this century that you finally woke up in.
What do you mean?
With the amount of fighting we've done, we would have never made it this far without you. And not only that, but... Alphen, can you recall back to what it is that I said to you? Back when we left Menancia? About the dream of coexistence, and needing to learn what it entailed?
Of course. That's why you came with us, right? To learn what you couldn't at home.
Even in that time, I was well aware that what I was living was a lie. But at the same time, I also felt really compelled to fulfill my brother's wishes. I'll always remember him fondly. But the coexistence we're fighting for isn't for him. It's for people now, and those still to come. The world's bigger than just Menancia. My dream is for all Danans, wherever they might be, to be free. If I've learned anything on this journey, it's that. And the one who brought me along was you, Alphen. I'll forever be grateful to you.
Well, we're not out of this forest just yet. You should probably save your thanks. At least, until we've dealt with the Red Woman.
I know. But whatever we find when we get down there, I'm through looking the other way.
Kisara.
Probably getting a little ahead of myself, huh? Let's take things one step at a time.
Is everyone about ready? We'll soon be making preparations to land.
Before we do that, just what exactly should we expect when we get down there?
Kisara has a point. Now that I think of it, I don't know the first thing about Lenegis.
I'd like to hear more too. It's been centuries since I was last there, and they didn't exactly give me the grand tour.
Very well. First and foremost, Lenegis was the base of operations in charge of the crown contest on Dana. Of course, it also happens to be a city in its own right, complete with its own independent society. Its social structure is based on a strict hierarchy. Put simply, the strength of an individual's astral arts carries great weight.
Enough to determine someone's social rank, you mean? But astral arts are innate, right? So people's positions are fixed at birth.
They can be honed with the right training, and there are admittedly other factors at play. But yes, that's basically the gist. As a result, family lines that churn out lords and their contenders wield disproportionate influence, and those lineages are treated as nobility.
Those capable of only weak astral arts are effectively an underclass, denied the right to descend to Dana even if they wanted to. Still, even the lowest rung on the Renin ladder is considered superior to being a Danan. Keep that in mind down there.
Thanks for the warning. As a lord, Dohalim must have been pretty high up in the pecking order, right? What about you, Shion?
Come on, you've seen her skill with astral arts. You really need to ask?
Fair point.
On arts alone, you're right. I'd have been sitting pretty. But you're forgetting my thorns. They weren't exactly an invitation to high society.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's refreshing to be around someone who says what they're thinking. Life's less complicated that way.
Jeez, give backhanded compliments much?
Wait a second. Are you? He is! Lost blushing!
I am not!
Of course, separating people into castes based on something arbitrary like arts is discrimination at its worst. As if such simplistic criteria could ever be a measure of someone's worth.
So this Red Woman, are we expecting to find her on Lenegis?
I would wager so. Lenegis is too deeply involved in all this to discard the possibility. Chances are she's also connected to the Renis Alma being stolen from us in Pelegion.
If the Renis Alma is being used to exploit Dana, we need to take it back at all costs.
That red woman's got a lot to answer for. Just as well I've got a ton of questions.
We're about to land. The descent could be a little bumpy, so brace yourselves.
If there are clues about your thorns out there, Shion, we'll find them. There's no one here. I wasn't expecting a welcome mat, but still.
Lenegis' infrastructure is largely automated. Besides, people won't be expecting incoming traffic while the crown contest is still underway.
Do you think anyone realizes that we're here?
We may not have received a royal welcome, but I doubt our entrance went unnoticed. Don't let your guard down.
I really hope we don't have to fight anybody while we're here.
So now what? We've come all this way on a hunch that this red woman is here, right? And if we're lucky, the Renis Alma too. Any idea where we should start looking?
There is an area of the city that is accessible only to the Sovereigns, known as the Forbidden Zone. That seems as good a place as any for us to start.
Forbidden? What are they hiding?
I don't know, hence my desire to find out. Fortunately, we just so happen to have a sovereign in our midst. In any case, changing the shape of a huge structure such as Lenegis would have required an immense source of power.
Then you think that source might have been the Renis Alma?
Precisely. Alphen said that he remembered the Renis Alma being used in the spirit channeling ceremony 3 centuries ago. Whatever the ceremony's purpose, if preparations are underway for it to be held once more, then the Renis Alma might be in the same place as last time, possibly together with the Red Woman. Hiding something of that worth in the residential quarters would only court trouble. In which case...
It stands to reason we should be looking somewhere normally out of bounds. Is that it?
Indeed.
But it's been over 300 years since I was made a sovereign. You can't seriously think I'll be able to waltz right into the place after all this time.
There's only one way to find out. If there's even a chance you can get us in, I say we give it a shot.
Shion's right. Who knows? We might even find a clue to her thorns while we're at it.
All right. It's not like we're swimming in leads, so let's try to track down the Forbidden Zone. Beyond that wall lies a... city full of Renins.
Thinking about what could be lurking out here is giving me the heebie-jeebies.
For such a loudmouth, you sure can be a worrywart at times.
Oh, I'm sorry. How stupid of me for wanting us to stay safe.
Would you two children stop squabbling? Or do you want everyone to know we're here?
So how many Renins actually live in this place?
I couldn't tell you exactly, though not as many as you might expect. Machines and Zeugles take care of most of the city's basic functions.
There's Zeugles out here too, huh? Sounds like we can't afford to let our guard down after all.
What in the world?
This being Renan territory, I was prepared for a lot of things to look different. But this is a bit more than I anticipated.
The very foundations of the city have shifted. What could have caused this?
When Lenegis changed shape, it must have had an effect on the interior too.
Maybe when they sent the wedge down to Dana?
But they wouldn't move around the places where people live. These are their homes, right?
I would think the citizens themselves didn't have much say in the matter. Either way, locating the Forbidden Zone just became that much trickier.
Dohalim? Is that you?
Avakir, I'm glad to see you're well.
So it is you! But why are you here? Shouldn't you be down on Dana participating in the crown contest? And these people!
So you haven't heard what happened on Dana, then?
Heard what?
Someone you know?
An old friend.
Hey, Dohalim, don't tell me you've started keeping company with...
They're with me. More importantly, what's happened here?
I'm really not sure. The city's foundations began to shift without warning, and now everything looks like this. We're all waiting for the Sovereign to tell us what's happening, but so far...
Avakir, listen to me. We're looking for the Forbidden Zone. Do you have any idea where we might find it?
The Forbidden Zone? What business could you possibly have there?
Trust me. The less you know, the better.
You're just the same as ever. I wish I could help, but what with the changed topography, I can barely locate my own home. Let alone the Forbidden Zone.
Very well. It looks like we'll have to find the way there ourselves.
Have you seen Faria yet?
No.
I see. Well, nothing much has changed with her. If anything, she's probably even more...
I can well imagine.
Why did you come back? You know it can only result in pain for you both.
I've no doubt of that.
You really are the same as ever. Fine, I understand. Just don't say I didn't warn you. And take care of yourself. Okay, Do?
So who's Faria?
Law?
If what Avakir said is true, it would seem the people of Lenegis are being kept in the dark about what's happening down on Dana.
They seem to be just as clueless about what's going on up here in their own world. Despite the fact that it's actually here that the wedge originally came from.
We need more information. Let's talk to the citizens, see what we can find out.
While we're at it, we could ask them about the Red Woman, too.
And don't forget about finding the way to the Forbidden Zone either.
Let's leave the talking to Shion. We can't have a bunch of Danans poking their noses around.
Good idea. I think that's for the best.
I shall assist.
You sure?
Being a lord on Lenegis has its advantages.
Right. Then we'll leave it to you two. The Danans among us should
What could be so important? It's worth destroying people's livelihoods and homes in the process. It's just... unbelievable. Uprooting an entire city as if it were mere building blocks. Someone's got an awful lot of questions to answer.
From how it looks, they must be siphoning off astral energy from Dana, and then sending it to Rena.
But why do all this? What for? Surely they can't be using all that energy for the crown contest.
Whatever their purpose, disrupting their siphoning process alone won't be sufficient. Not while we still don't know what their endgame is.
He's right. We need to stop this from happening ever again.
This Forbidden Zone might be where we find some answers, right? So what are we waiting for? Let's get moving!
You heard him. You don't have time to stop and chat. Let's move.
So, I've been wondering, do you think when Lenegis was built, it was even made with people living here in mind?
What do you mean?
Well, none of this happened by coincidence, right? They must have designed it to transform like this. But then, if they knew people were going to live here, you'd think they would have taken that into consideration, to avoid all this chaos.
Ordinarily, yes. You'd think so. Trust me, as far as we were concerned, Lenegis was our home, nothing more. No one knew about all this. It makes you wonder whether the city was just built on as an afterthought. But if so, to what exactly?
Sorry. That probably sounded weird, huh?
Not at all. Sometimes it takes an outsider's eye to help you notice what you've been missing all along. This place is a mystery, that's for sure. Something tells me we'll find answers where we're going, though.
Yeah, you're right, Shion. I'm sure we will.
We've reached our destination.
I won't forgive you! Confiscated!
Try harder!
Denied! Lightning is dead! Thunderblade!
Armor won't save you!
We got fire!
I've got this!
Charge
Let
like
him
that
run!
could easily be fatal.
Justice
All yours!
between heaven. Here goes! Here's where are you going?
Sharply
Now! This is it!
Here I come! Its armor's too strong!
Here!
Split it open! Be my guest!
In a bind! Confiscated!
Here I come! An astral art?
That's my cue! Do it! Get toasty!
Burn strike!
Hear me!
Here I come! Swallow blade! Lightning thrust! Tear! Hurricane thrust!
Burning! I can do it all day!
Raining
Air
slash!
thrust by the
Blow
power of
away!
flame! Vanish without a
You're on!
trace!
I'll burn it all! Flaming pillar! Fire!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Hear me!
Not
Flame
again!
of fury!
Sharply thrust!
Burning strike!
Win! We did it! Now! Here I come!
Change now!
Soaring light spear! No escape! Thrust!
Oracle!
Demon Lash! I'm not done! Sonic Spear! Not today!
No dawn shall break this
Sharply
night.
slash! I'm not... This isn't looking good! You're mine!
Raging Cascade!
Blow away! Raining
No
slash!
further!
I can do this all day by the power of flame!
Resonate with the earth!
Raining...
I'll smash you! Knock it into next to last night!
Sharply slash!
On your knees!
Lightning to death!
Air pressure!
Too much to hit!
Nothing but fight!
Mega Ray! Gemini Aqua! This one's mine! Mega Ray! Searing Tempest! And that's my will! Flare Tornado! It's time to finish this! Die! Consuming Wildfire!
On your...
Change of track! Duly noted.
Where are you going? Here, let me help.
Anything in armor is all mine!
No dawn shall break this night.
Far enough!
Grant me the strength to march
No
on!
escape!
Lionheart!
Blew away! Win!
I'm ready!
Soaring light spear! Not today!
Don't suffer in silence.
Confiscated!
I'm not done!
Raging cascade!
The flame inside me
Death
yearns
from the
to
wind.
be let free!
Prepare to be seized!
Glacial spear. Pierce evil.
Bloody hot! On your knees! Force flash! Soaring light spear! I'll burn it all! Flaming pillar! Fire!
Water! Here I go!
Easter!
A whirling
Not a
trouble!
chance!
Regeneration gets by me!
Take this! Thanks!
Far enough!
Don't suffer in silence.
Take this!
A change between heaven and earth! Take
Strike!
a wailing
Shockwave
of
flash!
lightning!
Wind!
Divine savior!
Demon land!
Shockwave flash!
No dawn shall break
You're
this
mine!
night!
I never miss!
Try harder!
Raging cascade!
My turn! Shockwave flash!
Change between heaven and earth!
Shockwave flash!
Not in your dreams!
Point flash!
Do it!
Soaring remote! Look sharp! Lightning tiger
A
blade!
change
My
between
turn!
heaven and earth!
Strike!
A wailing
Easter!
banshee of lightning!
Can you take it?
Sighted! Go! Divine savior!
Now see what I can do!
By the power of steel!
Shockwave
War
flash!
for the side!
Hearts are being interrupted.
Here I come!
Ready to go!
That came
Far
from!
enough!
Wind!
Illuminate the dark! Holy
Point flash!
Holy land! A change between heaven and
Try
earth!
harder!
No further!
A wailing
You're mine!
glacial spear! The flames
Severing wind!
Resonate with the earth!
Now! Freeze Lancer! Frozen!
Hammer!
Hear my call!
No dawn shall break this night!
Soaring light spear!
Fierce evil!
This one's all
No
mine!
dawn shall break this night!
Easter!
Now!
Totally! In an instant! Impact claw! Be still! Soaring right spear! Flash! I'll burn it all! Flaming pillar! Fire! Now! Force flash! Soaring right spear! Keep charging us!
That's what my shield's for.
Now!
Get behind me.
Done! In an instant! Impact block! My turn!
Lightning can
Strike!
On your knees.
Force flash!
This one's mine! Came between heaven and earth.
Armor won't save you!
A wailing wind here right now. First aid!
Bloody holiday!
You're on! You're mine!
Burning!
Shockwave Slash!
Denied!
Hear my sound. A wailing
I'm not
lightning.
done! Not today! Shockwave Slash!
Sleep now. Spread!
Orochi's Fury!
Resonate with the earth!
Now! This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes!
Not a chance!
Everlasting dark!
Shockwave
Where
Slash!
that came from?
Negative
Now!
change!
You're mine!
Rending you apart!
Freeze
not
Lancer!
done.
Leave the chargers to me!
Burning flame of fury! Burning strike! Water! Here I
Burning
come!
Slash! Inspiration Wave!
Burning strike!
Take this!
Here I come!
First force! Take it!
Shockwave Slash!
One more!
Lightning Thrust!
It's weakened!
Flame inside me! This ends now!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
I'll heal you
No!
all!
I'm ready!
Shion!
Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Now! Here I come!
Thunderblade! Illumine!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Here's a healing art!
Ha! Ignite!
First aid! I never miss!
Wind!
Now through all!
You're my
Negative gate!
Water! Hear my call!
Orochi's Fury!
Bloody holiday!
One for the south side! Here, let me help! First aid!
Blow away!
Being interrupted!
Demon Lash! Incineration Wave!
Let me help! Thunderblade!
You're mine!
Confiscated!
Off the
Third to the
you!
fray!
Shockwave Slash!
Burning!
No escape! It's over!
Illumination!
Rain down!
No more flame night!
Rending
By
you
the power of flame!
The enemy...
You'll soon see about that!
Another incantation ruined!
Explosion! Gemini Aqua! It's time to finish this! Die! Consuming wildfire! A whirling circle!
Orochi's Fury!
Wind of heaven! First floor! Healing circle!
Easter! You're mine!
Hear me! Flame of
Orochi's
fury!
Fury!
Burning
Bloody Glacial Steel!
Here's a
Raining Slash!
Here's a healing arm!
Blow away!
Anything in armor is all mine!
Let me help! In here! Take it!
I'll smash you!
I'm not done!
Water! Here's a
Fire!
Spread!
Void Slash!
They smite with blackened blade!
Magic! Water! Hear my call! Where are you going?
Blow away! The flame inside me, yours to be let free! Blow away! Incineration Wave! You're mine! Severing Wind!
Here's evil!
Raining
Freeze
Slash!
Lancer!
Incineration Wave!
Resonate with the earth!
Here's a healing art!
Shockwave Collide! I'm nearly done for. I owe you one. Tear! Slice! Rising Falcon! Raining... Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Law! Get toasty!
Burn Strike!
Here's a
Lightning
healing
of
art!
the Earth! Wind! I owe you one. You're on!
Here's the flame of fury!
Burn in hell!
Ready and ready! Came between heaven and earth!
I'm ready! Dohalim! All yours, Kisara! Shion, just in the nick of time. Here, lend me a hand while I...
No,
What the... Oh, right. The thorns. My bad.
no, I'm the one who should apologize. I overreacted.
Again, Law? Can't you even go a minute without putting your foot in your mouth?
Seriously, it's fine. I'd rather that than people feeling like they're walking on eggshells around me. Besides, I'm the one who should be vigilant about not touching you guys, not the other way around.
Actually, I've been meaning to ask. Not being able to touch people, does it ever get lonely sometimes?
I guess I never really thought about it in those terms. It was either accept it for what it was or come undone. Before long, it was just part of my everyday reality. I think I even forgot there was another way to live. Which isn't to say I didn't feel alone. I did. Always.
So numb to your reality, you couldn't even recognize it as loneliness? I don't know how you managed.
It's fine. I know I'm not alone anymore.
But I can't even touch you. No way of lending you a shoulder when you're down? Even Alphen.
I appreciate the concern. Until I get rid of these thorns, I guess I'll have to put up with it just a little longer. But not forever. Alphen promised me that. Maybe it'll be soon, maybe it won't be. But either way, the day will come. And I'll be ready when it does.
Yeah, just hang in there. One day, we'll share a big warm hug. You'll see. I promise.